I'm a bit spotty. See MrTacpans's in the background. The first thing I wanted to talk about, this is going to be a short video. I did a lot of writing and it's a bit spotty. MrTacpans's might be flat in the back. He's giving it to me to do and I ain't getting it done very well. Well, I'm not happy with it. Every time I come on with another cassette, I mean, it's always like in a new realm. You can really never connect them all together unless you work at it. So I guess for those who do, and anyways, imagine it this way, okay? Imagine if heaven was upside down to us. So your ass in your face, okay, seemed to be the same as an expression on this earth. I mean, MrTacpans's told me to say that. I just let it go with the flow and I just follow what he's saying and it just comes out and I mix it up by thinking about something else. I'm always thinking outside the box. No matter what he tells me in the box, right away, boom, my thoughts go. I'm outside the box and I've already come up with something that he said. So he's teaching me to be like him. Yeah, I'm only the Aveda. I'm a 5. They made the movie 6. Then there was Girl 4. I'm just a 5. But I'm a man 6. But I'm a 5. Because I play the role for Mr. Anyways, another thing I wanted to get to, okay, this whole thing is going to be spotty, is, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, okay? It looks like a Y at the bottom. Sometimes they're attached because of the color that's filled in. Then they'll look like M's. Then they'll look like W's. They will look like a Y, only one Y, okay? And they will look like V's. But if I take my pen very easily, okay, and just turn one of them upside down, I've now closed it in, okay, if you notice at the top, and it now becomes a basic extended hexagon, the east-west part of man's life, but it should be this way, right? East-west. This is we go up to heaven, this we play 4, 5, 6, this we play 2, 5, 8, if you know where I'm coming from. So it shows in there M's, which means the 13th letter, which means creation. I'm looking down, I might be reading, I might not, what's the difference? So it's M, it's creation of the spirit, to connect, in which, what I was thinking, another thing about this is, I mean, women, do they always have the right to complain, okay? Do they? Well, let me see. 1 week out of the month, okay, a few days they're thinking about what's going to happen, then it's going to happen, then it's going to go away. By the time they get into it and out of it, a whole week is gone. Besides that, her whole body structure is made to create, procreate, so that her body is continuously doing the same thing. Us, what happens to it? It goes into the bag, you shake it out of the bag. You put it into the bag, you take it out of the bag. The male. How many days does he lose in a month? One thing I wanted to talk about was the Jack of Diamonds. I always come up with a new story, okay? Look in the center, it's a 10, but it's not on an angle. And the corners actually look like hearts, but they're not hearts at all. They're actually B's, okay? They're going north, west, northeast, southwest, and southeast, making that X, which means 10. But if you notice the positions, watch this, look at the way I have to put the card. Look at the way I have to put the card in order to get that X standing up. That's the angle of the universe right there. Oh my God, I've never saw this before. You see, that X is up right now. So you have the east-west 4 and 6, and then you got the 2, 5, 8, which is north and south. They're all empty because he never came. This card is representation, okay, of God's puppet family. God prayed on the star, okay, which star did he pray on? He prayed on Jupiter, okay. He could have prayed on Uranus, but that's Uranus and your ass, and that's what I was talking to you about before. God's upside down to us, we're upside down to him. So in expression, sometimes as the Greek goes, your face, my ass. It's just that we're backwards to each other. I mean facing where his ass is facing, and he's facing where my ass is facing, you know? That way we get to connect on the head properly. Okay, there's all sorts of connections. There's this picture I saw online on Facebook. I think it was, look on MrTacpans's or my name, Raphael, and see that picture. That picture is showing the connection of the spirit on the surface. It's all hearts, man. And then in the center, what's in the center? Oh my God, it's so screwed up. I don't know the whole design, but this is what the center is. Again, the X-Man. It's a flower. It's a kind of lily flower. Okay? That's what's the center of the total matrix. Okay? I believe where mainframe hangs out, I believe mainframe is Jupiter. Don't try to get inside of her. They fly jets inside of her. They fly jets higher inside of her than they do here. Would you believe it? I didn't even look it up. Anyways, look at that shirt in the background. Imagine that the seventh planet is the seventh. The 2 is the second planet. Oh my God, we have Rubik's Cube in the center, being controlled by somebody. Okay, and then we have the 8th planet and the 6th planet. So can we give Rubik's Cube any numbers? Should we just say it's 72,586? Okay, can we say it that way? Can it be 7222586? Can it be 725 as Mr. Rubik's Cube is the innovator, playing the game that was already written by God? He's just running the roles through MrTacpans's, and I try to help out a little bit. Anyways, we start with Jupiter, Venus, okay, excuse me, Uranus, sorry, not Uranus, but that was a fly, by the way, just went over the camera. And that's another fly in front of the camera, looking inside the camera. Oh, that is so funny. Anyways, we start off with the 7th planet, which is Uranus. We go to Venus's 2, then we go to Jupiter, MrTacpans's, and then we go over to 8 Neptune and 6 Saturn. Now, check out the way I went. I went from 7 at the bottom. I'm going to try and write this out. Okay? I went from 7 at the bottom up to 2. Okay? Then I went to 5. Okay? Then I went to 8. Okay? And then I went over to 6. So that's how it happened. Now, in all actuality, okay, it had to go 7 through 5, into 2, over to 6, and down to 8, which creates actually what? I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. I just made it up right now. So this, what I'm showing you over here, is the MrTacpans's when Uranus and Venus and Neptune and Saturn. And you can see that the 5 is in the center. It's the largest thing is the Rubik's Cube. 63 moons on Jupiter. Transporters, iPods, call them what you want. Okay. They connect. How do you think we were made? We got 2 sides of the nose. It goes to the mouth, because we only need one mouth to feed one body. So the angels all divided up between the 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the 2 parts of the nose, put together on taste. Man has good taste. That's why some men have better taste. Okay? They split down, they go under the arms, they come up to the puppet in the center, where that was the primary before they were here. Okay? Your life connection was the umbilical cord. Through your mother, she ran a double spirit inside of you, one from the heavens and one of her own. You were a double spirit before you were ever born, and thus since a female has the separate spirit of a male inside, regardless if you were male or female, you would have the extra male strength inside of you. And also depending on what time, what month you're born in, because that makes a difference. I can't explain that. I just learned that a couple of days ago. I'm a liar. I learned it 15 minutes ago, but I have a story for it anyway. Anyways, so that was the Jack. He was missing the 2, 8, and 4, 6, because 2 and 8, there is no 2 and 8, there's no 2, 5, 8, there's no birth, there's no death. God wants to make this Jack a real boy, okay? And only when man comes to heaven can he be a real boy for God. Now, I just want to tell you about the song Back in Black. That song is about the club, okay, that plays both the roles on earth, because we come directly from the club in heaven. And when the club attaches to a male, it's usually the female part of the club. Okay? So what happens when it attaches to the male, which is the heart, not this card? Okay? They're stuck to you for life. Their card is black. Their stand is black. They're hooked up to the human heart. Therefore, man has one heart. Okay? So when Back in Black comes on, it's because man has died, and the angel is jumping up and down and going, back in black, back in black, back in black, back in heaven. But don't forget, he does bring the spirit with him. Okay, I'm going to jump on to something short. You ever look at your oven? You go to 150 Fahrenheit at 65 Celsius. One soul of the spirit man of one world. Okay, F is man's world. It means business world. We have business plates on our cars. Therefore, the same thing with the jack. It's only a rentable. Jack's only a rentable. He has to come back to heaven to be anything at all. So the oven says 150, 65 Celsius. Well, 6 and 5, or 6 times 5, is the three worlds of the angel and spirit. And it equals 150. And they got the Ford 150. So it all tells the same story. And then it shows over here, when you go to the 200 Fahrenheit, the 100 Celsius, well, 100% in both worlds, 100 in one world, 100 in the other world, or 100 in one world to 200 in the other world. 2 and 1. Because God's up there and you is 2 and you down here is 1. There's many scenarios. So even the stove is set up in the same way to tell the same story. So I'm quite sure if we set up some sort of grid and put all these 1,000,001 things together, we'd probably come up with quite a bit of story. Don't forget, we'd have to put in definitions of our own. So we'd have to put in many in. The computer would have to just break them down and spit out the story. Apparently, there are 166 moons. Okay. If we divided them equally, there would be 83 and 83. Now, 83/8 means the heavens of the three worlds. So wouldn't it be right that there should be 166 moons, heaven of the three worlds? So would we have to divide 166? How would we divide 166? Do we divide it by 2 is 83? 166 divided by 3, by 4, by 6, 120. Anyways, I'm not going to do that right now. I've lost time. Sorry about that. Whatever it is, it says three worlds of creation of three worlds. It says it forward and backwards because once you're talking and once your angel's talking, so he talks, creation of heaven. Now I'm talking creation of heaven. So we both told the same story. Okay, so that's what these moons are used for. It's to transfer spirit and whatever else they do with it. I haven't really got deep into see what their books are all about and what they transfer. And obviously I do have to make it all up, even though it's going to be real in a sense. I'm just making up the sort, the avatar part. You see, even the story has an avatar part. Okay? It's there, the story. I've said the words. Now I have to make up the cobwebs inside my thoughts. Okay? To give, so the story has a feel. Okay? There's the cobwebs. They all connect to tell a story. Anyways, what else was I talking about? Oh my God. Did you get your T5 slip from the government? Transfer, spirit, angel? It all connects. It depends what they do. Don't forget, in this scenario, it's governmental. It would go under a different color. It would go under a different number. It would go under the number 7. We're 5s. They're gods. They're just spirit angels. T5, T7. Did I talk about, oh, it's in the 14th minute. I'll try and do this quick. Yeah, you know what I was thinking? When is a pregnant woman's child really a child? So I look at it this way. The first month would be for the sperm. The second month would be for the egg. Okay? The third month, okay, would be to build the egg around the sperm and the egg so the DNA can intertwine and match. So therefore, you got 3 months. Let's say it starts in January, February, March. It would end, let's say, between May 29th and April 1st. The 91st day is April Fool's Day. So after that 91st day, which means creation, spirit, birth, which means the creation of the spirit in the birth is happening right now after 91 days. So if you're pregnant, you pass 91 days, the spirit connected, but don't worry. The only thing that gets cut off is the angel, and he just flies back to where he is. But what you have inside of you